If you weren't aware, Bitcoin is often referred to the gold 2.0. So the modern day gold, that's what people generally refer Bitcoin to, especially those invested in Bitcoin for the long term. Now, there are 6 main ways that Bitcoin and gold are similar. We'll get into all of that in this lecture. The first way in which Bitcoin is similar to gold is through durability. Both are durable. Bitcoins require the internet and miners, and gold may wear if not handled with care, but both are durable. In the second way in which they are similar is transferability. Both can be transferred to other owners. Of course, it's easier with Bitcoin as it can be done within minutes. But gold has to be physically exchanged as mentioned because it's of course not digital as is Bitcoin. The third way in which they're similar is that it can be divided into smaller amounts. Once again, of course, Bitcoin can be divided down to 1 Satoshi very easily. And gold can also be divided down into smaller parts, but it's not as easy as it is with Bitcoin. But it can be done, so that's another way in which they're similar. The fourth way in which gold and Bitcoin are similar is through exclusivity. Both are, let's say, rare and valuable, but there's a lot more to it. Only 21 million Bitcoins can ever be created, and with gold, it depends on how much is essentially found. The fifth way in which Bitcoin and gold are similar is through recognition. Of course, Bitcoin is newer than gold, so it isn't as well known. So naturally, it's not as common for people to know about Bitcoin, hence becoming as valuable as gold. But as time goes on, that kind of bridge, that gap of people knowing about gold and knowing about Bitcoin will close, especially for investors. So the majority of investors out there who do invest in gold will be aware of Bitcoin. So that's another way in which they're similar. And finally, the final way in which Bitcoin and gold are similar is tracing. Both can be traced to a certain extent, but can also be hidden. Bitcoin transactions, as we've mentioned previously, are recorded in the blockchain, but if using mixing wallets, can be hidden. Gold, of course, is tagged, but it can be melted down if possible, and that would make it impossible to trace and track. So that's another way and the final way in which they're similar. So here are the 6 ways in which Bitcoin and gold are similar, but also very different in their approach. So I hope you found this lecture useful and now understand how Bitcoin and gold are similar yet different.